Oh, we're here, Ryan.
Where are we?
Welcome.
I'm confused.
I have no idea where we are. There's no brick wall. What is happening right now? How do you feel? How do you feel right now in this moment, Ryan?
I feel on the spot.
You feel on the spot?
Yes.
All right.
Probably
Well,
because there's lights on me.
well, there are lights on you. We are in the studio, which is pretty exciting. How you doing, comic book community? Thanks for joining us. It's Wednesday. We are broadcasting from somewhere here in Washington State.
They're saying there's an echo.
Ooh, there's an echo? Ooh, what does that mean? Tell us more.
It sounds cool though.
The echo sounds cool, they say. I'm trying to think of how to troubleshoot it. Let's see here. Bear with us. We're doing some new stuff here.
There was going to end up being some
It's
troubleshooting.
bound to be something. Let's see here. Underwater. Ooh, okay. Bear with us. We're going to figure this out together. Because we are in a new situation. New situation means
Things go wrong.
things just happen.
I was here on time today though.
Talk to me about how your day went today. Was it good?
Trying to think. I wasn't at work last night, so
Ryan's like,
it was
"Oh,
good. I was asleep for most of it, and it was fantastic.
Okay. That's really exciting, Ryan.
It was. You
Nothing
want to hear
happened.
more details?
I want to hear as many details as you can deliver right
Oh
now.
man, I'm so self-conscious about this echo.
I know. There is some echo. What's our... Let's see here. Okay, I have an idea.
Y'all sound ominous.
Yeah, we may just stop it and restart it.
Do you
Here in
think
a second, so.
is it your loud voice coming in on both microphones?
I'm trying to think here. It shouldn't be.
Does that make a difference?
Give me a sec here. Let me troubleshoot this. There's no other. Oh, is it the? No. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Somebody needs to.
How is that? I think I got it.
You got it?
I think that's what it is.
What'd you do?
I turned down the camera because it was picking up video.
That was
All right,
picking
cool.
up?
Let's just keep it rolling. All right, Comic Fam, thank you so much for that. I'm sorry about my
Hooray.
apologies. We're trying to lower the mic level. Fixed it. There we go.
Perfect success.
All right, cool.
Keep
This is
telling
cool.
us that we're good.
Yeah, keep telling us you're happy. Look at this. It's like, hey, Lon Epinoza says all these thumbs up, and YouTube's like, no, we gotta keep them down. We can't show that.
Can't have
It's too many thumbs. It's too many thumbs. All right, we're here.
It's against their policy.
Well, hold up. Hold up. Okay.
One thumb at a time, people.
All right, so we're broadcasting you from the studio, which is pretty cool. We are a step in the right direction, I like to say.
Like a half step. We're stepping in the right direction, but we're not quite there yet.
What I want to know, aside from, as we venture down this path to broadcast from our studio a bit more live, and we get more experience doing this, I want to know if you guys spot anything that is wrong, like the audio, the video. Please just let us know. And we're going to be making sure that every week we add that to the checklist so that we can avoid kind of harsh starts at the very beginning.
It's like the first time we broadcasted from this room.
Do you remember the first time? The first problem we
remember
had
the
was
first
the
time.
internet.
Yes.
It was like we were broadcasting from a phone from 5 years ago.
Like my phone?
Just like your phone, actually.
My phone's like from 4 years ago.
If you follow Ryan on Instagram, you would be so lucky to follow someone who, it's like when you're watching a video and you're having to crank it.
Like one of those old cameras from the Titanic?
Yes, one of those.
Yeah.
It's like that when you watch a story.
That's what my phone's like. So I don't do video content on my own.
we got a Ryan needs a new phone fund that we're going to be doing a Patreon for.
Yeah, please.
All right. But hey, let's start this show off with a little bit of Joker news, because that's what I woke up to today.
As did I.
Super stoked.
I woke up 4 hours after that trailer dropped, and I should have been there on the ball.
What was your initial reaction? So we saw 2 minutes of Joaquin Phoenix's new Joker.
I'm on board.
It's an origin story, clearly an origin story.
I was already on board, but I'm very much on board now after seeing some footage.
I've been on board for this type of movie for a long time now. I'm of the opinion that we need more superhero stories, like one shots. We need to be doing stuff from the past. We need to like Hellboy it up. I want to know about stuff that's happening all over the time frame. I want different rendition of characters. I want Elseworlds essentially in the DC Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think this is the type of movie that can put them on the map.
I do think
Maybe
that
bring him back from the trenches.
people got a little too gung-ho with the cinematic universe idea, and I think it's kind of cool to see a movie exist on its own. Like, yeah, so what? There's a Joker in the DC universe, whatever's left of that whole thing, but this is different. It's its own story, so deal with it.
I want to know from the community, what were your initial reactions about this new trailer that was released? The first thing is, I'm surprised that we got so much.
Yeah.
We got a clear story here of a character that is beaten down by seemingly his city, Gotham. Literally, by people in his life, by family. It seems like, we're seeing an origin story of the Joker. And in the beginning of this trailer, we see a Joker that is very introverted, a Joker that is young. And by the end of it, we're seeing this character transform. What is it, Kaiser Sose style? And is that the right reference here? I'm
not sure. I'd have to hear the rest of the reference, but.
Oh, by the end of the trailer, he is walking different. He's dancing. It's a little creepy.
I think that reference works.
Right?
I'll accept it.
I think it's the audience will let us know. But I think that's exciting because in one trailer, they managed to convince me that I want to see a Joker origin story. I didn't want to see that, really, but now I'm interested.
I've always looked at it as like, from the Heath Ledger film, when he mentioned like 3 or 4 different origin stories, and you never really knew which one was true, if any of them. I kind of look at this movie as like one example of that story. Like, it's probably not how he actually got crazy, and I don't think this Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, isn't going to be in the new DC cinematic universe, whatever they're trying to do. So this is just going to be its own like one shot. It's a Joker movie. Like, come on, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Which I'd never say about anything.
There's one shot of him walking down steps. I mean, there's a couple different frames of him dancing as he's becoming the Joker, as he's transitioning from clown at a kid party to likely serial killer. There's a shot of him in a TV station. And the only time that I think of Joker that's on some type of Dr. Phil show is in Dark Knight Returns. So I think that we could be seeing some of these like straight renditions of like some iconic Joker scenes hitting the screen here. Him actually spoiler, in that book, no one leaves that audience, those audience chairs alive.
I'm kind of the idea. I don't mind. I would like them to reference specific scenes like that, but I also do not mind at all the idea of them just doing a completely, almost barely even a Joker story. It feels a lot like Taxi Driver to me. Just the shots of New York in the 70s. Well, New York. It's Gotham, but it's a big metropolis, and it looks it feels similar to Taxi Driver to me, which is a high compliment.
Person who's doing this is the same person responsible for The Hangover 1, 2, and 3. He's not known for character development. This looks like a very character-driven narrative, so from afar, but it may not be. It may be something that, as you say, it happens to be a Joker film. We will soon find out. There is one frame that I would recommend you take notice of that it turned my stomach, is you're seeing him starting to dance throughout this trailer. They make a note of him like dancing in front of a television screen, like he's practicing some ballet. And then he's walking down the stairs, and there's just a second clip where he does this like little like excitement jitter that reminded me of Heath Ledger. Like just
like the physical performance.
Physical performance. That's exactly it. So I want to know from the community. Let us know in the comments, in the chat. Let us know. I'd like to hear your thoughts about this. I'm stoked. I think this could be a game changer for DC. Something that they really needed. That they really needed. And I'm excited to see trailer 2.
DC seems to be kind of on a I don't want to call it an upswing. I don't think they're out of the woods yet, but I feel like they're
feeling good about Aquaman.
They did Wonder Woman, they did Aquaman. Shazam is looking to be a great film as far as every review I've read goes.
Absolutely.
Like, it feels like they're kind of climbing back out of the hole that Zack Snyder dug for them.
Ryan, you got some comics right there.
I do.
We're a show that talks about comic books, I think we
do.
should talk about some comic books. Shout out to Ramiro, who is hooking us up with a super chat. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Ryan, what is this? You are.
So I'm gonna put this. I'm doing this upside down. What is what?
You got this stack of comics. I'm excited.
Oh, I thought you were looking at the stamp on the back from Mill Geek Comics.
Oh, that's right. That is a stamp from Mill Geek.
I did those again yesterday. That's fun. Boom.
All right, this is Ryan's pulls.
These are the comics I grabbed.
Okay, I'm gonna
today. Technically, I have the A cover in here somewhere, but this is the David Mack variant. I had to pick that up.
So what is this? This looks great.
This is the 5th issue of Die.
Oh wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is Die. I'm looking
Die?
at it in the reflection, but clearly it is because the fold-out 20-sided Die that's on the cover.
I'm a big old fan of his artwork, so I had to grab that. I think that's the 4th issue of Young Justice. It's a pretty cool series. I'm actually digging that. There's a new Green Lantern in there, so I wanted to kind of follow the development of this character. Plus, I think Naomi might end up crossing over with Young Justice once
by the end of
certain things kind of simmer down. So it's a little bit of a long play for me, but I'm enjoying Young Justice. This is Green Lantern. No, enough said. I feel like of course I'm gonna get that. This is cool. I like doing it this way. There's the A cover. That's Die 5. I'm interested to read that one. I haven't actually cracked any of these yet. And to everybody asking, I did not get War of the Realms.
Why is that?
It's a big Marvel event. And events have kind of lost their luster for me. I read Dark Knight's Metal last year, and
you were pretty disappointed after that.
I was pretty bummed out. Yeah.
You did a lot of, you read it all.
I read the whole thing. Yeah, all of the tie-ins using that website that we use for our Infinity Gauntlet tie-ins. I made sure to go and read the whole thing. I got all the trades on sale, and it was just not what I wanted. Speaking of crossovers, this is the current Craven event that's happening right now in Amazing Spider-Man, which I'm not current on, so I can't give you any information on that. Hope it's good, though, because I'm going to read it. Boom! I don't know what issue that actually is, though.
4?
Is it Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Okay, because it says Avengers on top, but I swear that's Infinity Gauntlet 4.
4, yeah?
Point. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the...
That would be a good one to use if they're going to be true believering it up. War of the Realms.
Yeah, number 4. This
Cool.
is great, man.
That's a good one to have. I don't actually own.
I'm really digging all these true believers.
I grabbed another one too.
Yeah, this is the classic one where he goes through and takes out the whole team, and you get to see Wolverine with here right here.
Feels like so long ago we did that.
Boom! Look at this.
Oh man!
So Wolverine. This is what Wolverine does. He's like,
These are
all
panels
right,
we broke
I'm
down.
gonna jump at you from basically right in front of you. I'm gonna jump right at you. And then Thanos is like, ha, I'm going to make your adamantium rubber. And then we get this terrifying shot right here on the next page of Wolverine. Not so much with the adamantium.
There he is. Okay.
More rubbery. Right there. That is
Sketchy.
like so good. So good. Such a great comic book. Not as good if you don't read all the tie-ins, though. That's for sure.
We learned that one. I guess you could say the hard way. By reading all the tie-ins. It's a big project. Justice League 21.
Ooh.
Yep, I grabbed the Jay Lee variant because
Jay Lee.
it's Jay Lee.
That guy's awesome.
He's a pretty cool artist. He draws. I want to read something of his on the interior. I don't think I've read any interior work of his, but his covers are cool. I love his style.
He's that really cool Batman, Superman one. Oh, of course, Immortal Hulk.
I still haven't read past the first trade. At this point, I'm honestly kind of scared to like even open these up and touch these books. Like, look, Immortal Hulk feels like liquid gold, in a sense, you know,
Liquid gold
or paper gold. And then American Carnage. I don't think that is new, but I picked that up today too because it's a great series. I'm enjoying it.
So I've been saying throughout the month because we've been talking about Naomi a bunch. We did the honorable mentions recently, and because Naomi hit the honorable mentions, it also broke the top 10 at least twice throughout the month, and all 3 issues had spiked, so we had even more reason to talk about it. So I've been saying that this was Ryan's favorite new read all month. So we're in a new month now. Is that still your favorite read? Like what are you excited about? And of the stuff that you have read, what would you recommend?
I'm enjoying Naomi because it's
still
it's a lot like
I'm current by saying that.
Yeah, out of the 3 issues that have come out so far, they've been getting better. There's a reason the hype is now kicking on because
Yeah, I
Each
caught
issue
up.
has improved. Not that the first couple were bad, but they've been getting cooler and revealing more and more of who this girl is and what her reason for existing is. She's been going on this crazy like quest in her hometown to try and find answers about her like adoption, and it's all very vague. And I've heard a lot of people compare it to Lost in a way, which I don't entirely disagree with in the sense that they kind of ask a question and don't answer it and just drip feed you delicious hints instead
No
of
polar bears or sharks or anything. Yeah.
none yet. But, you know, can never be too careful.
What's your favorite thing about Naomi right now aside from the story?
Oh, man. Aside from the story, I have to say the art then. Because the art is really, really, really cool.
Okay, yeah. My favorite part is the 2-page spreads that are randomly placed throughout it. Like, just
do that a lot.
There's mystery in the text, but there's also mystery in the art as well. Randomly, there will be a time where you open up a 2-page spread mid-conversation, and you're looking at a battle scene that you're just dying to know more about. You look at the 2 pages as if there was text written all over it, but there is none.
There's a lot of that lately where in the latter issues where you turn the page and it's a giant spread of this crazy battle scene with people with like laser swords and shields and suits of armor, and it looks like something out of a Thor movie. And there's no text and it doesn't explain anything, but it gives you like an extra layer. I'm really enjoying Naomi. Let's put it that way.
I want to hear from the comic fam. Let us know what you think about Naomi. I want to know if you're currently reading it. We're going to put you on the screen. So I'm looking for specifics of people who are reading Naomi, and I just want to know your thoughts. Is it on your pull list? Do you think that it's got some that this character may be transitioning to, as you said, some type of group here pretty soon?
In all the promotional materials for Wonder Comics, like the new younger age imprint that Bendis is spearheading over at DC, the promo images had Naomi right alongside right alongside Young Justice in this big kind of splash image of all their characters. So it does kind of seem like they might be merging those two eventually. That's kind of my theory, but who knows? I'm just along for the ride.
Just Rickon saying that Naomi is fire.
We did a good discussion about Naomi.
Yeah, so is
like a few days ago.
Saladin Bryant. We also have Perry. We also have Very Comics is sleeping. He's not a fan of Naomi.
That's okay. I don't think it's going to be a big hit for everybody.
New Comic Smell saying Naomi's awesome. He's been really digging it. He's excited to see this character built. That's something that I think is worth noting here. Is like we're going into issue 4, and we got people who are like excited to find out what's going to happen in issue 5. What typically happens by issue 3? People don't care.
Right.
Most of the time, the hardest comic sales are between 3 and 4. That's when, you get the initial hype of the number 1.
Right.
Number 2 takes that it's a number 2. Not as many people are getting it because some people are just buying number 1s to buy number 1s. And then depending on how those 2 do, then 3 gets into play. Depending on those first 2, and their success, if people are speccing, if people want them, if it's a good story, if it's getting press, that 3rd and 4th make or break it. And that's when you see a lot of cancellations. So seeing Naomi just spike up and still people are adding it to their pull list aggressively. Just like people are talking about Naomi, just like they're talking about Immortal Hulk, but not in the same speculation way, because there's a lot more readers getting involved with Naomi, and it's causing the speculators to like go, wait, what's going on over there? Because the people that are spiking Naomi are the readers, not the speculators.
Yeah, I mean, the fact also that it is such a mysterious book, it doesn't really go anywhere in the sense that a lot of readers might hope for, and that'll turn a lot of people off. But for me, somebody who can appreciate kind of the long play, slow burn, story-driven story, I'm not someone who will buy an issue of a comic just because it has 2 big buff dudes punching each other for the whole thing. Like that does not do it for me. And you don't get a lot of that in Naomi, which I enjoy.
Very good, very good. All right, I have some fun stuff here that I wanted to show you here. I have a mail call. What'd you get? I got some stuff graded. So if you follow me on Instagram at ComicTom101, you already saw a bunch of these, but I had a bunch of books that I put together that I wanted to get graded at Emerald City, but because Emerald City wasn't doing on-site grading, I had Jeff, the Golden Age Guru, And that's his Instagram as well. It's at Golden Age Guru. He changed it if you didn't know that yet. But he got a bunch of stuff graded for me. So I wanted to show it off here. So let's take over this box. Thank you so much for letting us know about your thoughts on Naomi. I'm excited. I'm caught up. I've read, there's only 3 of them out.
Only 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I read 1 through 3, and I'm excited for more. That's for sure.
Oh man.
So, this was exciting.
Yes.
Sometimes
yes, it is.
when I'm looking at a book trying to decide if I'm going to do something with it, the question of like that 9.6 to 9.8 is always tough. It's always tough. It doesn't always require a press. And that's goes against what a lot of people say. Some people say every book needs to be pressed before it gets graded. But this book looks so good that I went with my gut. I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
I want to touch it. I want to look at it.
Well, you can touch it. You can look at it.
See what's going on.
It's cool. It's awesome. I like that it says Shauna Maguire story.
That is cool.
It is cool.
She's on the label.
She's on the label. And it's a 9.8. And what's interesting is that Shannon, I'm not sure if her feelings have changed much yet. It's something that I want to talk to her about as far as the collecting and like buying comics side. But I know that she wasn't big on collecting comics. And I remember when this happened, she was like someone that I think my dad brought up like a graded comic at some point, and she just really wasn't interested in like, I don't really care. Like she just, it didn't sink in as a collector. I know she's like really big into collecting, like certain types of toys and stuff. I don't know what she said on, I want to keep that private, but like I know she's a collector, but not of comics, at least at the time. And here, when this book out the gate went from like $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, just as that like cover of the year.
Yeah, that variant blew up.
The very first thing she said was like, "Did you see the graded 9.8?" So she was like, she knew all the terms. She pays attention. She's like, "That was my book," and she was so excited about it. I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And you want a 9.8 of it, right? Like she's like, "Oh yeah!" Like it feels like I like the case, and she got excited about it. I'm like, "Oh, see, like that's what it does. That's what happens." You don't think about
got the fever.
Yeah, you get sick, man. You get so sick. But it's good. It's good. I was excited. 9.8 didn't do anything to the book. I had that gut feeling, and it paid off. And I was going to get it signed. I decided not to. It's just such a dope cover, man. I just didn't want to have any text on it. I may get another one just to have her sign it. And she can draw as well. So
that is a good problem to have.
Right?
I think you should just get 2 and get 1 signed and 1 not. That's the way to be.
So here's another one that I got that I was excited about. Boom.
Oh, I was looking at the back of it. Okay. Umbrella Academy makes much more sense.
Right. Boom. Free comic book day. Umbrella Academy. Cool book. First full appearance. This is the darker copy. As we know. That. I know.
Is that real? Is that a real variant? It just seems like one of them is darker. Yeah, like a darker gray.
So if you've seen the most recent top 10 video, and I encourage you to check it out, but the most recent one, post the comic book shout outs, I talked about this book, and there indeed is. And if you pause the video and look at the pictures, and I can show you these 2 comics, we have them here. I
just might need to see them side by side in real life.
When you see them, this right here, where it looks completely dark, it's a different color. The background is almost a blue. It's almost a magenta at some parts. The whole color's been faded, and I think affects upwards of like under 15% of the books. I've seen a lot of these comics. I've owned double digits of these comic books, and the ratios are it's from out here, a small sample size, but I've had so many people reach out about this type of thing via Instagram that they've noticed it, that I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to look at all my copies and I'll show you. They look different. If you have the lighter version and you compare it to this version, it's like night and day. But anyway,
so this is the dark one?
This would be the dark one. This is just the standard, what the average one looks like. And I lucked out. 3 for 3. I had 3 of these graded. All came back 9.8.
I'm too scared to send something in, man. I got to do that. That's going to be next year.
Yeah, too scared? What are you scared about? Just like not knowing what to do?
I'd be scared to get a 9.6.
Oh, well, that's
I'd be scared might not be the right word. Nervous. Nerdvous.
9.6s are fine. I mean, it's all about what you're going for. You know, if you
Yeah.
have a modern book that you're like, just is for yourself. I mean, I have books that I have graded at 9.6 just because there's a sketch or there's something really cool about it. You know, it all depends on
I'll
what you
get
want.
there.
This one's kind of fun.
Oh, that's the one you got from NYC.
That's right. Comic Book NYC. He was holding up an auction, and he posted this 8.5, gorgeous 8.5 of one of my favorite Invader issues, giant size Invaders. And as you notice, this is a 9.2. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the video of me showing the 8.5 before I did the steam and press and clean, and then this is post that. So he jumped up 2 whole points. So that's pretty cool.
I have to do the math there.
Bada bang, 8.5 to 9, then right up to 9.2. It's a cool book. Shout out to Comic Books NYC. I've actually wanted to take care of this book in particular. For one, I wanted to try to get above a 9. It's an 8.5. So you know, if you're able to do that type of jump, you're going up a important amount. It's going to be good for its value. But the second thing is that it's thicker. Look at that giant size. 68 pages.
Oh, yep.
So to press a book like this, it's, you know, you have to gauge how much pressure you put on that press. And also you risk a lot of waviness on the pages because there's so many of them. You're heating up a lot of the book. So what ends up happening is you're having to pay attention to how much moisture you're putting in to all the pages and whether or not you put, you don't want to put too much. And then how long you're going to press it for, because it's super easy to get a pretty terrible ripple because it's just a thick staple that's holding this in. And as you notice here, even with a flat press, you can still see divots just around the staple. There's nothing you can do with that. It was probably like that right off the press initially. So you're just like, you're trying to fix a thing that's just always going to be just slightly imperfect. But we got it above a 9, so that's pretty cool.
Wow. I'm learning so much. It's a great honor being at this table. I'm learning a whole lot from you, sir.
Do you remember this one?
I do.
CGC doesn't even put on the label.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer, but at least we know.
Yeah, so this right here, Margie 36, the first appearance of Stan Lee in a comic book story. We've had a video on this as well.
Yes, we do.
We'll probably make more videos on this. We're going to be doing a lot more Golden Age shows pretty soon. Now that this whole live show is on its way of like kind of getting to be where we want it to be long term, we're putting more time into current shows that we haven't been really doing consistently, like the Golden Age show. So I'm super excited. So we're going to probably be breaking this down a little bit more. But this is a really cool book. It's super scarce, 4 or 5. This was probably a 2.0 that I got up to a 4.5 because you could even tell in the camera, the word Margie right there was almost entirely like just gray. All that white that's in there, I had to erase off. So
That's too much.
I did some
Too
work to
stressful.
this book. It was nice. I'm glad it came out really nice. It presents really well. It's a gorgeous book. However, even CGC didn't put on here that Stan Lee has anything to do with this book. I mean, even your most minor of Stan Lee cameos gets a Stan Lee credit on its label. And this one right here is 1947. So this is very old. This is, I believe, to be the first appearance of Stan Lee in a comic book story. And I'm going to see if I can get that on the label. Regardless, it's going to sit online for a very high amount in the meantime because I don't want to sell it unless someone really, really freaking wants it. So
Yeah, just sell it for like $10 trillion. And that way no one will buy it.
$10 trillion.
And then when somebody does, you're set.
Yeah,
You're good.
One sale. It's like that Office
Boom.
episode. He's like, what do you want to do? He's like, oh, I really love to start my own business, blah, blah, blah. What about you, man? Oh, I just really want to sell like one big thing, like an airplane.
I do not
One
remember
thing,
this.
and then I'm out.
Is this early Office?
No, it's late Office.
Okay, that's why I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
Late Office blows.
My goodness. Have you finished season 8?
No.
Oh, because that's why. It's at the
I
end
got
of season
distracted by Parks and Rec, and it's far superior.
8. I started going through Buffy again.
Never saw it.
So good, man. All right, this is a cool one. Shout out to Torpedo Comics for hooking it up with my... this was on my Grail list for a really long time. I've never owned one. But Flash 105, first appearance of the Mirror Master, your friend in the mirror. And you know what? This is a fantastic issue. Cleaned, pressed, probably was a 2.0. Got it up just to a 2.5. I was hoping for that 3. I was hoping for just
Yeah.
a little bit more, just a little bit more. But you know what? I'm happy with what we got. This book is fantastic. 2.5 is a strong number. And a lot of these are kind of going towards bigger grails that I'm after. So not a bad grading sesh.
Well played, sir.
Ryan, next year when you're doing some grading, what are you going to be looking to get done? Because you met a lot of people. All those books that you got signed, you could have gotten stuff sketched.
You had to have a guy. You got to have a guy with you who watches the signature happen.
That's true.
Before you can get it sent out to grade, which I did not. I was vaguely aware that there was a thing called a CGC witness, but I didn't really know what it meant, and that you had to like go find one and get them to follow you around.
What's funny is
like talking to people.
What's funny is we have friends who are CGC witnesses. Like we could have helped out. We could have been like, oh,
there we go.
Send up so and so with you. And I'd be like, oh sure, give me a second.
I did not know.
I know. They would have been. They probably been like, Fire Guy Ryan would love to help Fire Guy Ryan.
He's so cool and famous.
That's
right.
Is that it is?
That's how that works.
All right, so
that's what the con experience is like for me now.
So I think that we got to get you some cool stuff graded. I want to get you some Green Lantern keys. I know you're not doing a whole lot of collecting, but you've been buying.
I want that one graded. The one with the
with the rings.
I think it's issue 48, but I should really
47.
know this. It's
no 48. It's 48 because then it's 49.50 is the Hal Jordan.
If you say so.
I think so. I think that's right.
I saw Caleb in here earlier, and I know he's got a couple.
Caleb knows his stuff.
Caleb's a Green Lantern expert now.
That's right.
More so than I am.
Caleb's doing some good stuff on his show, on his channel.
I love that kid. Caleb, you're too cool. You're too cool.
Okay, what else? What else we got going on, Ryan?
What do we got?
Okay, well, I can tell you what we got. We got some pretty fun news. So I want to go through. I want to go through some just like some alerts, some news that's happened that's kind of talk about some like comic books that have gone up in value / people are paying attention to right now. So the first one is something that kind of goes with our True First video that we just did. We talked about Resident Evil. We did a whole True First video about a bunch of video games. Now, Ryan, what's up with Resident Evil? Why don't you like Resident Evil?
I don't know. I always preferred Silent Hill as the game from a gaming perspective. I found it to be more unsettling. Resident Evil being the one where you walk around the mansion and just kind of shoot zombies. I never really got that far in the first Resident Evil.
The first Resident Evil was so dope, man. The hotel.
Yeah. I thought it was a big mansion.
No, it's a mansion.
It does kind of look like that
creepy
mansion. Hotel that you stayed at in Seattle.
Absolutely.
By the way.
Kind of did, huh?
That hotel terrified me.
Yeah,
that was one of the freakiest nights of my life.
It was a very strange hotel.
We should have just recorded that entire experience.
Probably would have been good.
Great content.
But the Resident Evil,
Jeff knows.
They're getting it looks like it's going to Netflix is what the talk is. And it got brought up about Resident Evil, there's a Resident Evil 1. It was a free comic book, and we talked about it in our video. Now, something that happened since that video, I found one at the con. I got a Resident Evil 1, but this was post us filming it, so I didn't learn about this until after the show aired that weekend, I'm pretty sure, or at least it was like right when we got back. But for those of you who don't know, the comic book itself comes with a couple inserts. There are 2 inserts in there. One of them is to sign up for the Resident Evil magazine, and the other is like a video game type of like, hey, submit this and, you get this. It's just like some ads for stuff.
Sure.
But there's 2 of them in there. Now, the first thing reason why I mentioned that is that does matter to some collectors. So the fact that we get that information out there, it's that type of information is what is going to be, what could be the difference of that book being worth, 25% more or not. Yeah. That does add a good amount to its value. But there's a second thing to this, is that because there were 2 inserts, what ends up happening is that they end up stacking on each other. I've seen this happen more than once with this book, and it never clicked to me until I got this new issue. Because I got this issue and I noticed that there were the 2 inserts in there, and then it had creases all around this square. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I have another copy. I went and grabbed my other copy that I had that didn't have those inserts. And sure enough, it has those creases. It's different spots on the comic, but it also had creases. But I didn't know what those creases were from before. And it's not even a comic book I had listed. It's just one that I had. So I'm looking at both of them, one with the inserts. So what you have is a comic book that's worth more with the inserts, but if they've been sitting sandwiched in a long box for a really long time, it imprints on the cover. So what you got to do is you got to get one with the inserts, and then you got to press the comic book, and then you store those inserts on the back of the board, which is what I did. So you can check that press job out on Instagram at ComicTom101. But just some food for thought when you're searching for these Resident Evil comic books. The free comic that came out, which is their first appearance, and it's a classic cover done by Mr. Bill Sinkovich.
That's important. He's too cool.
He is too cool. Too cool for school. He actually has he does all those back there behind me.
He does.
He does. We have a couple giveaways that we're going to do, right?
Gotta fix up some of these comics, though.
I know.
You're kind of barely hanging on.
Yesterday, the New Mutants was also crooked in the entire honorable mentions.
It's a little better.
It's a little bit better now.
A little bit.
It's seen better days. All right, but
The comic itself is great, but it's
the
got
comic
one piece of
that's
tape
not
that's
on.
kinda,
Well, we're going to be fixing up this whole room here. Now that we're doing the live show in here, I'm already talking to the guru about putting up new art and comics, and this is all temporary. And even the way that this screen is currently sitting, shout out to setting, how it's set up, right?
This is weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like this bar doesn't even need to be here.
You know, you would think, right? But it's just the way that it is, right? It's just the way that it is. Accept it. We have 2 winners from last week's giveaway that we forgot to announce.
We did. We forgot to announce that last week.
So the first one is a fun little batch of comics here. We have the Sav. It's like Savage. Oh my goodness. The Sav. Which is done by our friend, our rapper, Illest.
Illuminati.
Illest.
There we
Illuminati.
go.
There we go.
That was misspoken previously.
So I read this. This is his independent book. He wrote this comic book, but this is about just a superhero avenging his family. Interesting stuff. It's super dark, a lot of violence, a lot of blood. Savage. It's
Okay.
awesome. You get it?
I do.
It's cool.
I get it.
And we also have this awesome issue of Batman, issue number 373. This is just a classic Scarecrow cover. Who's getting this one? Dying Breed Comics.
Correct.
I'm
That is
so
one of the
excited.
winners.
Next time when we have the extra monitor, we're going to make sure that we can bring you up on the screen. Hopefully by the next time we do Comic Karma, we'll be able to have you live on the screen as well. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so this is going to Dying Breed Comics. The description has the email, which is bagsandboardsgiveaway@gmail.com, and we'll be sending you out this awesome independent comic book from a member of the comic book community and hip hop community. We also have Batman 373 going out to Dying Breed _comics, and then our next giveaway is a very cool comic book. It's Batman and the Outsiders. This is part 2 of the origin of Katana, which isn't a character right now that people are talking about a whole lot about. They're not talking a whole lot about now because they're redoing a lot of the Suicide Squad
Did she
stuff.
get dropped from the roster?
I think
She gonna be in the new
everybody's
movie?
dropped from the roster.
Well, we got Will Smith. I mean, Idris Elba. Is it Idris? Who's going to be Deadshot now? Is it Idris?
That's correct.
Okay. Deadshot's going to be there. And a Harley Quinn? I would
That's it.
assume.
I think Harley Quinn is the only person they're sticking with. So,
Okay.
but this is a really cool comic. Minor key. But if you can snag up that copy that comes out before this, issue number 11, that's the part 1. And then we also have the 25th anniversary Seed of Destruction Hellboy convention exclusive. It's fantastic. I picked this up at Emerald City and I've been holding it for this giveaway. And this is going out to Tech Geek 200.
200.
Tech Geek 200. Ryan,
Yo.
how psyched are you about the new Hellboy movie?
I'm very excited.
I'm stoked.
I
about
might
it.
actually go see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any movie ever. I don't think I've
You've
ever
never
a movie.
seen movies.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen a new superhero movie in the theater since Infinity War.
Well, I'm excited because I want to start doing different types of movie reviews. This live show is going to be getting lit, as Johnny Boy says about the Joker trailer.
Lit.
That's right. It's going to be lit. It's going to be on fire, man, because we got to do more movie stuff. I mean, it's going to be great. Right now, it doesn't feel as crammed as it used to be, because before we would have to sit basically on each other's lap.
More or less.
More or less. But now we have more space, and I'm excited to do like Comic Karma and have all this space in front of us.
There's more space for activities.
Funtivities.
There you go.
And we're going to have 2 cameras soon, so it's going to look more like our standard setup. So how exciting is that going to be?
Incredibly exciting. What we need to do is bring cameras into the movie theater and record the whole time.
Just record. Oh,
Our
and then
faces.
we can give the community just like the inside scoop.
And then put it on YouTube.
And just put it on YouTube and then watch our channel just get deleted.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens,
That's
right?
probably what happens. Something severe happens. I'm pretty sure. If you would
pretty sure.
That's too good.
Okay, Ryan, we are also in the home stretch now because we do have Infinity Gauntlet wrapping up here pretty soon.
Our coverage, you mean?
That's right. What could the community expect from us over the next couple weeks as far as the Infinity Gauntlet goes?
We're going to, after this is done, we're recording 2 Doctor Strange chapters of the Infinity Gauntlet breakdown. So, you got Doctor Strange coming at you from us for the next however long it takes for those 2 videos to get recorded, edited, and released.
Hopefully this week and next week.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah, if not like this weekend.
Yeah. No worries.
So we got Doctor Strange. We also have the conclusion to the Infinity Gauntlet.
The whole thing's wrapping up within like 8 or 9 videos.
Pretty soon.
Dang, unless
awesome.
we go down another rabbit hole again.
So we're still trying to figure out what the next coverage we're going to do. We've kind of gone back and forth on how we want to continue our breakdown series because we're having so much fun with this type of style. But a lot of this has to do with the fact that it's this event and that we're tying in issues that just take us all over the Marvel Universe. And I'm already feeling a little nervous that we're exiting the Marvel Universe if we decide to do that.
I would like to.
Right?
But, yeah, it does fill one with a sense of anxiety. Like, what do we pick? We have to find another cool, relatively large ongoing series.
That's something that we can go a little bit deeper into even other comic books that, like it just kind of happens. When we read a comic, I think of the annual we had to cover, the Fantastic Four annual that we did recently. That brought us to so many different comic books.
Yes.
And we had people reaching out to us, excited about the time variance authority. And I want those kind of moments. I want to be blown away by Quasar, but I'm not sure where to go yet.
Me neither. It's going to be tough picking something as wide-ranging as Infinity Gauntlet to do for our next big breakdown series. I am kind of the mind that maybe we should do 1 or 2 smaller, shorter ones in between to kind of clear the table a little bit and cleanse the palate, if you will.
That's a way to go about it. We could do something small, maybe bust it out over the course of the summer.
That's actually kind of how I feel about Marvel movies after Thanos is done. I don't think they should immediately jump right into another giant universe-ending catastrophe threat. I would like to see them take it slow and build up and ramp up to something equally as terrifying as Thanos. But yes, I think we've got options. We just got to figure out what the game plan is.
Let us know as well in the comment section below, and if you're in the chat, if there are any events or storylines that you'd be interested in us taking on. It's a lot of people who are interested in us doing things like Saga, Sandman, but we battle with the challenge right now of knowing what it takes to do these videos. And there are 51 comics for us to cover in Infinity Gauntlet, and we ended up doing more than 51 because some of these comics took us to other places. So we made a mistake and randomly read a comic book in between and filmed it and edited it and didn't realize it and, put it out, whatever. Why not? So we're trying to figure out something that is in comparison, something we can do, but I like the idea of doing something small in between. So if you have any recommendations, let us know. We have a nice big list of, of recommendations that we've gotten, but I also like keeping it within theme, and I don't want it to, I like an idea of doing like a 4-issue series or something.
Something real tiny.
Something small.
This. Yes. That sounds very nice. Getting back to like the old Ant-Man style of breakdowns that we used to do. That was quick. It was done in like just over a month. Boom. It's just easy.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Is there a 4-issue, 5-issue series that you'd like to see us break down? And I want to know from those who have been watching our breakdown series, because you know that we're trying to push our improv to the max. We want to develop this series a little bit, do some fun stuff, get a little wacky with it, change Ryan's voice as much as possible, try to make us sound, as dorky as we can.
Yes.
I want the cringe to be at max.
Oh, please.
Pretty much the whole time.
Max Cringe. That's my superhero name.
Max Cringe. I am Max Cringe.
Yes.
What do you do, Max Cringe?
Welcome.
What do you do?
To the Cringe Dome.
You just make all the superhero scenes like really bad.
Yeah, like I come in to do a speech, but I get uncomfortable and don't finish my thoughts. Cringe. Cringe and terror.
I like
Evildoers. That'll be good.
Oh, it's a good idea, right?
I'm seeing some good ideas in here, though.
Oh, God, what? We got
God Country.
Craven's Last Hunt.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
See, we
Donny
do
Cates
have
stuff.
We got like Carnage and Venom stuff happening, but we just did Venom.
We did Lethal Protector. I feel like, that symbiotes, I think, should be off the table for a little bit, at least.
Do we do something like... But I don't want to do Immortal Hulk because that's like...
I do kind of want to do something like current that's coming out, like that would be cool. Something ongoing, but then we'd have to wait a month in between different chapters instead of just a week.
Shout out to Tivo, who's at Lords of the Long Box, who starts his show at 6 o'clock. You're going to want to jump over there after our show finishes up, or if we decide to go late while we're going, you can always watch us on replay. And yeah, but great guy over there. And he's going to be excited to see our Doctor Strange coverage. I sent him a message about that line of Doctor Strange that I threw out.
He posted it in here somewhere.
Did he say something
right
about
after
the
he
calves?
jumped in. That's I remember what you're talking about from that. Yeah, okay. That took me a minute.
Yeah.
Calves.
Yeah, Doctor Strange's calves.
Yes. What was that about? Was that because of TiVo?
Yeah, because he's super into Doctor Strange, and
Okay.
it was like there's nothing noticeable about the image other than that it would be Doctor Strange's calves.
The lean calves.
Yeah, it's his lean calves.
Yeah.
So like shout out to Tivo, who'd probably be able to recognize those calves anywhere.
That's beautiful.
But anyways,
Dedication.
Yeah, he's got a good show over there, and you definitely got to check him out after at 6 o'clock. Ryan.
Oh, die.
I'm super stoked.
That'd be a good one to break down too. Oh, man,
See, I don't. Okay, but here's the problem with
too many
breakdowns.
ideas.
Breakdowns aren't just about retelling a story.
No.
No, there was
That's
a comment.
true.
There was a comment that was left. I bet you're gonna know exactly which one I'm talking about. But
I think I already do.
Okay, there was a comment that someone left, and shout out to the person who said it. It stuck with me. It's the most.
We should frame it.
I want to frame it. It's like the thesis of our breakdowns.
Yeah.
What did that person say? I'm curious to see if you're gonna get
Is
it.
the sports one?
Yeah, it's the sports one. It's a
Okay.
sports metaphor.
Yes. My favorite metaphors. Saying that watching us felt like.
So it's a simile.
Yes. Well done. That was beautiful. It felt like. Keyword like. It felt like watching sports commentary or some kind of.
Like
The comment was way cooler
You
than
know,
how I'm.
it was like an event.
Yes.
We made the comic an event for this person.
Sure.
You know, we made that Quasar an event for someone. I mean, when people go out to buy the comic book because they're like, damn, I bought it because of that panel. Like, I need it because of that panel. I feel that. Like, I feel that regularly. I feel that more often than I feel the need to go running, which is probably not healthy.
Don't look at me.
But it's an important thing, and I want to do that for these books. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something that's super relevant or even terribly good.
True. I feel like the less good issues of the Infinity Gauntlet breakdown we've done have been the more fun videos. So like the less fun I have reading the comic, the more fun it is to watch us talk about it.
Interesting. So let's just add that to the pile of
lot of-
requirements of ideas.
A lot of wheels spinning here for once.
For once.
This will be good. Yeah. My brain is
I
empty
haven't been
and
thinking
devoid.
for a couple days.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Did you ever see that Malcolm in the Middle episode where Reese just shuts his brain off?
Isn't that like the default position for that kid?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But in that show, he's like actually does it. It's pretty good.
Oh man, I gotta watch that again. That
It's a
show
good
doesn't
show.
exist anywhere. It's streaming somewhere.
It may have been removed, but it was streaming on Netflix for a really long time.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm also doing I'm going through Buffy as well. I wanted to also throw this out there. It's pretty much a done deal, but we're going to be starting up you don't know this yet, but I'm going to be starting up a second YouTube channel here pretty soon. It's going to be definitely more just whatever we want to put up. And as soon as that gets dropped, I'm going to be posting on Instagram first. We'll make an announcement on one of our videos and we'll plug it from time to time. But I just got Resident Evil on my computer. I want to do some game streaming. And then I also thought it would be cool if you did streaming as well. We can throw videos up on there. If we want to do random stuff with the community and it just doesn't fall into our standard schedule throughout the week, then we can throw community stuff on there as well. Get Caleb on. Not that Caleb's going to be on the show. He's killing it on his channel as well. But, just in general, maybe we can get like a bunch of people from the community. Maybe like rock the house like Gem Mint style and put like 17 people on the damn mic at once. And just like destroy the internet.
That'd be fun.
Stuff like that. It'd be kind of fun.
That could be cool.
Or you can watch me play video games very poorly because I'm terrible at video games. But I really like, I really, really enjoy Resident Evil, and I want to stream that game, but I'm not sure what to do about that yet.
Streaming is a tough beast, from my experience, because it's live. You'd have to figure something out if you want to try and do some kind of compilation or greatest hits of your. Because otherwise, they're just going to watch you walking around a dark, creepy house for like an hour,
like too long because I'm really bad at it.
Sure, well that's kind of the fun. It's fun watching people suck at video games too, which.
So that's kind of my thought. Is like I want to be able to go live for an hour and not have a bunch of people unsubscribe to the channel. So, and unfortunately, that's kind of the effect that those kind of videos have on a channel. On a
channel like this, I feel like
we have a very consistent schedule.
Start a new one where you don't have to worry about it as much. Like
no parents, no rules. Man.
Exactly.
No parents, no rules. That's pretty much going to be that may actually be the title of the YouTube
the name of your new channel.
Yeah, no parents, no rules.
That's probably a really good idea. I don't see that backfiring in any way.
Sounds terrible.
Little kid level.
I know, right?
Just do that.
All the Office references pouring in. We do appreciate you today, comic book community. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We are taking enrollment for the mystery mail call for April.
Right.
April is looking like a bunch of fire going out. We got a ton of copies of Shazam 1. We got Black Adam issue, the first appearance of Black Adam in DC in the Bronze Age. We also have a bunch of Immortal Hulk, a bunch of stuff signed by Matt Wagner because that guy signed so many books. As soon as we told him, "Yo, we're sending this out to our community, or that we make content for, that subscribe to our box, and people get it, they post online," and he's like, "I'm not even on Instagram." Yeah, give me whatever. I'll do signatures. So he did a bunch of stuff there. We got a bunch of stuff signed by
Temple Smith.
Yeah, Ben
you
Temple
went to go
Smith.
See Temple Smith before I
Monstrous
got there.
as well.
I don't know her name. I never read Monstrous either. I'm missing out. According to
I'm spacing on the name. But Sana I don't want to say it wrong. Anyways, yeah, signed by her as well, which was really cool. And yeah, mystery mail call at Gmail. Mystery mail call. Geekstreet101.com. But mystery mail call. .com actually works as well.
Does it?
Yeah, it routes to geekstreet101.com. You can also go in the description, hit geekstreet101.com, and it will route you directly to the website. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Ryan,
cool.
Any last words? Dun, dun.
Any last words? No, I have none. How about you, Tom? Any last words?
I don't have any last words, man.
I said a bunch of words after I said no. That would have been the place to end.
Sana Takeda.
There you go.
There it is. I'm like, I think it's Takeda, but I don't want to say it wrong. All right, cool. Thank you so much. Shout out to Thomas, as well as everybody else who's currently joining us here on Wednesday. We do this every week. We're going to wrap this show up, and we do it with, we do it pretty simply. Before we end it, though, we want to do a giveaway. Ryan. We didn't do Comic Karma, so I kind of dropped the ball there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a comic book from the set. I'm thinking there's that variant on your right, that Harley Quinn.
Oh.
What do you think? That should probably go by now. That's been up since we started this channel.
Just glad the camera can't see me. There it goes. I got it.
It's Michael Turner, yeah?
Michael Turner. Ooh.
What is that?
Harley Quinn Rebirth.
Harley Quinn
01.
Boom. It's a variant. It says it right there. The Turner exclusive. when we got this, they were going for $19.99 off the shelf. I picked up a copy. I don't know what the book's going for. Hopefully right around there so I don't lose money. But you know what? It doesn't matter if I lose money because I'm sending it out to someone in the comic book community.
You're losing no matter what.
For
You're
free.
giving this book away for free.
Oh, I'm not just losing. I'm going to pay to ship it. So I'm going to be out money. But that's how we do it here because we send out Comic Karma and that's how we roll. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to post this image on Instagram.
Uh-oh.
And do me a favor, Ryan.
Yes.
What would you, okay, my phone died, so I can't do it.
That's fine.
So what we're going to do here, like literally I went to Instagram and then it did it. So we're going to fix it right now. Ryan, first word that comes to your head, I got to write it down old school.
Oh, paper.
Michael Scott style.
All right, first word that comes to my head.
Go.
Go. 4x4.
Yellow?
Huh?
Yellow?
Yellow.
Yellow, what's yellow? Other than banana.
Urine.
Other than that.
Sun.
Sun. Okay.
The sun.
Damn it, Ryan. Okay, sun. And then the comic book
Bueller's rubbing off on me.
Comic book fam, we need another word. And they can't say urine.
You can't say urine. It's against the rules.
Chicken. We got crash chicken. Chicken crash.
Oh, crash.
Luke has got a good word. Lee's got a good word. Yellow brick road. Ooh, okay. Thomas has got, I see where he's going here.
You just like him because his name's Tom.
True.
That's what's happening here.
Shenanigans.
I call shenanigans, exactly.
Chocolate loins.
Chocolate loins. I don't think that's... I don't think that's better than urine. I don't know. Jeff says gold.
All right. Sun chocolate gold. I feel like we're missing a word though. You know what I mean? We're missing the punch. What was it last time when it was just you?
It was Ryan is swimming in a pool. Or
No,
something.
like once, like Ryan was in a pool one time or something like that. What was it? I think it was that.
I forgot already.
Now, see, I thought that was good. See, we're getting all this participation. Chowder, baby poop, Constantinople, submarine, Colombo. All these great
Battleship.
words.
These are great. This is terrific.
Battleship.
I love the world.
Sun and chocolate battleship. How about that?
Yes.
Sun and chocolate battleship.
I think that will be fine.
Okay. So
that
we're going to
down.
post this picture. It's going to look something like this as you're seeing it right now, but when my phone is charged. And if you go over to Comic Tom 101 in about 10 minutes, it's going to be there. Comment. You're going to comment on that picture, and then we're going to pick a winner, and we're going to send out this comic book. Thank you so much, comic book community, for joining us today. We do appreciate your time. And as always, that's where we wait, and then the community just
Hearing the trash can people outside.
trash can. Did you know if you want to recycle all your cardboard at once and it overflows, you can put it next to the trash can and they'll take it.
Really?
Apparently.
I always just try and stuff trash into other people's trash cans.
You know, that's illegal. That's like stealing mail.
It's okay. Not
You can't
if you don't get caught.
You cannot steal people's trash real estate.
Can you put trash into their trash cans?
Chris Mason says geek responsibly. Thank you. Thank you
they're
so
pulling the
much.
plug on this discussion.
Yeah, Denzel Merritt also, and as well as Caleb, the comic Smurf,
Hey.
Murphy.
He loves us all responsibly.
That's so nice. So nice of him. So does
Feelings mutual, Caleb.
Hey, look at who's here.
You are that guy.
Saladin Byrant saying geek responsibly. Jeremy, man and town and comics says no. Nerdy Couch says geek responsibly. Keep up the good work over there. Gotham Guru saying geek responsibly. Josh Harlan, Slippy Slug, as well as Logan Criswell, my man.
Geek it, bruh.
Oh.
That's what he says, so I gotta say it that way.
That's right.
That's what I got.
Michael Jimenez, that's good.
I wasn't
Good.
reading.
All right, comic book community,
I don't
it's good
read.
seeing you today. Thanks for bearing with us as we change some of the scenery. Bear with us. We're transitioning. It's gonna get better. I keep saying that. We're a year in. I feel like it is getting better, or maybe it's getting worse.
I think we're just getting worse, and we're lying to you.
Is that
We're
what you
barely
think is
hanging on
happening?
here. We're barely hanging on.
We're not gonna make it.
Ah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. I believe.